you feel that, the public should be concerned about geoengineering?
This is a great question. Before I get into it, I got to mention that Wisconsin had the worst wildfire in the history of the United States in 1871, Peshtigo, and no one knew about it because of the same week that the Great Chicago Fire happened. There's millions of acres and a couple thousand people. But now back to geoengineering. This is a question that is emerging more and more as I said earlier, as it's become clear that there's no simple fix for global warming, but in terms of shutting down our energy or systems quickly, and that's led some very serious scientists since 2006, the item in the book, to be talking about what can we do to manage the heating at the upper end using things that volcanoes do routinely. Sulfurous particles high in the atmosphere can block sunlight. There is a kind of there's a conspiracy theory for everything out there, as you know, and chemtrails is this phrase that's come up off and on. It's not, this is a different thing. It won't happen in any secret way. Whatever happens will be highly visible, and it involves airplanes and testing.
But we won't know until they do it.
We'll know because we live in a very sort of a trend. The ability to impose transparency on any activity now is there, and it is a question to ask. Is there a way to feather our response? Can we, meaning scientists and governments, think about ways to at least test the idea? Can you modulate this while we get our energy transition into gear? And people at Harvard and many other places around the world are asking these questions. None of it has moved to the point of releasing something in the atmosphere.
One quick question for you, because we're running out of time. Yeah. Your last entry in the book is a prediction of what the climate will be like 100,000 years. Why did you put that?
Well, how do you end a book on the history of our relationship with climate? Right now we are charting the history of climates to come. That's one of the paradoxes of our time. CO2 lasts a long time once it's liberated from the ground out into the atmosphere. And this, David Archer, University of Chicago, and others have said there's a 100,000-year tail of impact already in the works.
Wow.
And it's a question of how big and how bad and what do we do to mitigate the effects. And actually, Andre Berger and others, who I met him at the North Pole, believe it or not. This very old scientist from Belgium was at the North Pole tourism thing when I was there in 2003. We talked about his research, which way back in the 70s he was writing that there's enough in our greenhouse.
Right, it's fair, right.
Our greenhouse influence is already enough to sort of take away that Milankovitch wobble influence. And we probably staved off the next ice age.
Well, there you go.